All right, Dave here with Century 21 in Rossland. I'm here with Cary Fisher from Hannah Creek Construction. Today we're going to talk a little bit about building in Rossland and the challenges that bring. And what's your best way as a potential home owner that's building a house? How do you tackle that? And how do you optimize what could potentially be a steep up or down property? And how to get your best bang for your buck on those kinds of properties?
Dave, I think the one thing to consider is, first of all, getting yourself a good designer, because there may be a dream house that you're thinking of, but you've got to build the land that's suitable, or build the home that's suitable for the land.
Yeah.
Also, the aspect is really important in Rossland because of the mountains around. There are shaded areas and areas where it's really important to maximize sun exposure. So window design, I consider something really important is through light. So light from one side of the house touching light from the other side of the house that's natural. And those two aspects of that natural light inside the house make it way more livable. And also size of windows, like north-facing areas should be smaller windows, southern windows should be bigger for solar gain and protection from, heat loss from windows on the northern side. So I think all those things need to be considered. A big consideration in Rossland is steep slope. There are guidelines that the city of Rossland has with geotechnical engineers and all that kind of stuff. So you have to think about all that. But realistically, I think a Rossland home is something that every home is going to be unique based on the aspect and the lot itself. And by getting a good designer and taking your time in the design phase, then I think you're going to end up with a really good result. If you don't do that, you have changes on the fly, you're going to be arguing with your contractor. You might stand in the house and look out a window and go, oh, this is terrible, because you didn't plan it out properly. So I think, spend more money on the design than you think you need to.
In my experience, when I used to build, I would say that money spent up front is a lot cheaper than the money spent on the fly. Change orders tend to stack up pretty high, don't they?
Well, just for example, I mean, just on average, the average cost of a window, just average, is about $1,000. It's about $1,500 to $2,000 installed. So if you have a window that you need to put into a house that you forgot to put in or move, it's $2,000. You can do a lot of design work for $2,000. So just that one aspect is a massive consideration.
That's good advice. I think planning that right from the beginning, I think that's a great way to go. So when we're starting with our clients as a realtor here, and we're taking people around looking at property, whether or not they're looking at a upslope, fantastic view lot, a downslope, whatever it is that somebody's looking at, some people can't envision what's going to go on there, right? So I see some houses in Rossland that are dug out of the bank. I see some that follow the natural grade of the bank up or down. What's your suggestion when it comes to that? Do you have any comments on what you like to do better?
Yeah, well, I would say that building the home that's completely suitable for the lot is an absolute must. I mean, digging and removing material, excavators cost $140 an hour, trucks are $120 an hour. So by the time you get material moved out, I've seen some cases in our town where it's 200 or 300 loads. Yeah. So, maybe you're doing, if you're lucky, 15, 20 loads a day. So you're hauling for, 10 or 15 days. That's 3 weeks of hauling. You could do the math on that.
Yeah.
That could be $100,000 pretty quickly.
Yeah.
That you could have put into a house if you had designed it differently.
Yeah.
So I think that's really important. The walk-ups are probably easier and cheaper just because they're stacked. If you imagine a walk-up, the garage is in the bottom. They've got the second floor or the third floor for the, second floor for kitchen, living, dining, third floor for the bedrooms. Or if it's a big footprint, you might have a 2-story house, with a rec room downstairs, a couple bedrooms, and then kitchen, living, dining upstairs with the master.
Yeah.
I think that it's really important to think about that, because when you do a downhill house design, it's pretty much $50,000 to $100,000 more, because your garage is kind of separated from the house, so it's sticking out front.
So additional footprint then.
It's additional footprint.
Okay,
it's additional roof. It's additional siding.
Yeah.
All of it. Additional concrete. So by the time you're done, it's going to cost you a bunch more money. So, but a lot of people like the walkout. So, you know, that extra 50 or 100 grand, some people just absorb it.
It's pretty nice to walk right into your main floor, especially when people get a little older, or they can stay in their house longer.
Yeah.
And still function in that house, as opposed to some of the stairs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one thing that we're gonna see is a lift system now. People are thinking about integrating it now, and if they do, you know, you can do a stylish lift system, like a stair assist.
Yeah.
Where you could actually build it into the house ahead of time, and then later on attach the parts to it to have the lift assist. Or you could do a single person elevator, kind of step through. They're not as interesting looking. A lot of times it would be better to sort of hide those things in a closet that looks like a closet door. You walk in and it's an actual elevator for one or two floors.
Yeah.
Those, you know, you're going to spend anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 for those.
For an elevator.
Yeah.
And what about for a lift on the stair assist? What are you looking at there?
I would say $35,000 to $50,000, depending on how good they are.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're going to want to spend more money on something like that.
Yeah.
Just so that it doesn't fail partway down or something stupid. Yeah.
So if you, that makes sense. You found a nice building lot that you want to have, but it doesn't quite give you that walk up. Yeah, that's good planning into your elderly years, eh?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And also saleability, because if you look at the baby boom generation that's retiring right now, I mean, there's basically one of the longest living generations that we have, like in terms of their life. They've taken care of themselves pretty good, and medicine has helped them a lot.
Yeah.
But they're going to get into some sort of mobility challenges, this group. And they're huge. It's a massive group. Yeah. So we're gonna look at a lot of those things in terms of retrofits. So I think rather than a retrofit in your own house, maybe if you are scaling, you're going to a different house and it's already got it, it's probably cheaper.
Yeah, I would say so, because right off the bat it sounds like it's cheaper than looking for that unicorn flat lot or the walk up on the downslope, right?
Yeah, there's some flat land around here, but generally speaking, not much.
Not very much at all, no. So, you know, if you're going to go back and we're going to kind of prioritize just a bit of this conversation so far, we're going to definitely start the design phase. I would add something to you that you said where you have this dream house that you picked out that you want to build. I would maybe argue that you're going to have a dream concept instead of a dream blueprint, and then that concept can get put on a lot instead of this exact house, and then I don't think you're going to get stuck with, well, this is what I wanted. And I think that's maybe a good planning way to look at the development side of it, is that, okay, this is the things I'm after, these are a few pictures I've set aside, I like this, and this, but I'm not married to an actual, this is it, right?
I might disagree slightly and say the realtor comes and shows you this beautiful lot. You're standing on this lot, you want to buy it, costs a certain amount of money, and it's a beautiful sunny day, and you're getting sun on your face, and you think, you know, geez, honey, this is the one, we're going to buy this. But you don't go there multiple days. You don't think about seasonality, and you don't take your designer to the lot before you actually buy it.
Yeah.
Then you find out, oh, well, the sun goes down in November, it doesn't come up till March in Rossland in some places, right?
Yeah, it's true,
And you're on the lee side of a windy part of the thing where a little breeze is always coming through, which is going to cool the house naturally. I mean, there's a whole bunch of factors environmentally that you should think about.
Yeah.
So I think buying the lot is the most important thing, cost-wise.
Yeah.
Getting the designer there early, regardless of whether you're going to build on it right away. And once you do that, like I could imagine this, if you get an assessment from a designer, say it's $3,000, and you buy a lot, and the lot costs you X, and you can get it slightly cheaper than this other lot. You think you made a great deal. But in terms of environmental factors and the build, it costs you $50,000 more to build on it.
Yeah.
Well, what have you done?
Yeah.
So you just killed yourself. So I think it's the lot, and then the suitability of the house, and getting the designer there, and
then the full package
then,
that we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's a good. I like that. It's an overall theme of how to attack a purchasing and building.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah.
Right from the start, right from the get go before the purchase even happens.
Before it happens.
It can be a subject to sale that my designer comes through and gives me the
Assessment.
suitability and assessment for this site.
100%.
That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah. Cool.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Cary.
Okay. Thank you.
We'll talk again.
Yeah.